I was talking to a buddy of mine the other night, and we got onto the topic of Kylo Ren's name and the Knights of Ren. So, with Episode 9 coming out, and with the knowledge that they'll all play a part in it, what can we expect from the Knights of Ren and its leader? For years, there has been a wide range of theories regarding who the Knights of Ren are. So, the first is that the Knights of Ren are former students of Luke Skywalker that Ben Solo corrupted, and he then forms them into the Knights of Ren with himself as their leader. This, of course, is possible, but to see if this theory holds any value, I'd like to first ask the question of where did Kylo Ren's name come from? Now, in an interview a few years ago, JJ Abrams said that Ben Solo came to the name Kylo Ren when he joined a group called the Knights of Ren. In other words, the Knights of Ren existed before Ben's fall to the dark side. So if this still holds true, the Knights of Ren can't be made up of Luke's former students. Plus, the Knights of Ren don't use lightsabers, so it wouldn't make sense for them to be Force sensitives. If the Knights of Ren really came first, then we know that the term Ren is a title, much like the term Darth. So there are other Rens, like Sam Ren and Dan Ren, and Kylo is one of these, and he is their leader. That's why Snoke tells Kylo to assemble the Knights of Ren in Episode 7. The second theory is the one gaining the most steam lately. Because the Knights of Ren aren't holding lightsabers, this has led some to assume they are the Acolytes of the Beyond, a group from the Aftermath books that would run around tagging things with the term Darth Vader lives, and were totally obsessed with the Force and the dark side in particular. They even claim to have visions from the Beyond, like when Kylo talks about hearing something from Darth Vader's mask in The Force Awakens. But honestly, I don't think the Knights of Ren are the Acolytes, mostly because I think they're kinda lame and that Snoke wouldn't trust the security of his empire to a bunch of hoodlums who happen to have Force visions but not use the Force. What kind of warriors would they really be? No, there has to be something about them that makes them special and answer where they were in Episode 8. I think it's possible that they've come from the unknown regions if that's where Snoke came from. If Snoke came from the unknown regions, it would make sense that he brought them there and made Ben Solo their leader since he used the Force. If Snoke was indeed their original leader, it will be intense to see where their loyalties lie in Episode 9, when they find out that Kylo killed Snoke. Will they continue to serve Kylo, or rebel against him? Some people think that Kylo is actually fighting the Knights of Ren in the trailer. If they came from the unknown regions, then that would explain where they were during Episode 8. They could have been there fighting for the First Order. It's possible too that the Knights of Ren answer to the Emperor only, and will fight against Kylo, which could link Kylo and Rey together as they fight against a common enemy. If that's the case, that begs the question of who are the Sith troopers? Are they actually connected to Palpatine, who, as far as we know, is the only Sith around? So what other clues do we have about the Knights? Well, for one, take a look at their weaponry. It's very basic and rudimentary. The Sith troopers, on the other hand, look like they're decked out with all the latest tech that the First Order has to offer, which may mean that they are fighting against Kylo and the First Order. Now, I personally think that they look a lot like bounty hunters in the way they dress and their weapons, and we even see this in Dryden Voss's room in Solo. He has a bounty hunter mannequin with full armor holding the same spear or dagger or axe or whatever it is that the Knight of Ren is holding in the Episode 9 promo clips in the desert with JJ Abrams. It's possible that they are even remnants of the Shadow Collective that Darth Maul founded during the Clone Wars. Now, a final theory is that the Knights of Ren could be Grisks. The Grisks are a new species from the Thrawn trilogy that has been called the canon replacement for the Yuuzhan Vong. The Grisks are all about conquering the Empire, so it would make sense if the Knights of Ren came after the fall of the Empire. Heck, even Snoke could be a Grisk for all we know. Maybe he was leading the charge of the Grisks to conquer the Empire for all those years, and then, when the Empire fell, he seized his opportunity and took control of the First Order that was assembling in the unknown regions before its rise to power. My other theory is that maybe they only answer to Palpatine and they're just doing his bidding to bring him back in some sort of way. So what do you guys think? No matter what it is, it seems that Kylo Ren joined an existing group called the Knights of Ren, rather than creating the group itself. It'll be fun to see them in Episode 9, but it could be just for a small role like the Praetorian Guards in 8. I hope not, but we'll have to wait and find out. Hope you enjoyed this video, leave a like if you did, and I'll catch you in the next one. Until then, remember, the Force will be with you, always.
Now, fulfill